Everything reset.
It do that.
Okay, there we go. I see it now. Can you hear me, honey?
Yep.
Hello. Hello, Dolly. How are you, Dolly? All right. Boop. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 5th Patreon stream of the month. Yay! I think we only got a few left because we only have 2 20s after this, and then the rest are 10s, I suppose.
Hi.
Hello.
Doing fine. How about yourself?
We're dealing. Every Generally.
Day is a new day.
All right, who's first today?
Dancing.
Carbon.
And wiggling.
Let's see.
Puppy, bunny, bunny.
Looking perpetually confused.
Hey. There's no thoughts, only weld.
Only weld.
He knows not why he's here, only that he must weld.
This reminds me, I was watching an anime this season that was, is basically a period romance in the late 1800s in Japan. So, one of my favorite periods, period, like, just... So I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch this. And it was about basically a Cinderella house where the eldest daughter of the previous mother was treated really shitty, and just when she thought her male friend was going to ask for her hand, he was forced to marry her shitty sister, and she had to move in with some guy who's supposedly like a total a-hole. But, like, of course it's like a tsundere, like, I am a rich man who avoids everyone because I work with the military type thing.
Right.
And slowly, like, they're gonna start, he's complimented her for the first time in years that she's heard, and she cried, stuff like that. Now, when you hear all that, that's all, like, enough to make a good story if it's well written, right?
Yeah, sounds fine.
You don't really need any additions to all that, as far as I'm concerned. That's a perfectly good story.
Yeah.
They added magic.
Sure, why not?
Apparently, the reason she was kind of thrown out, not just because her new stepmom was a bit of a bitch, but because her sister could see spirits and she couldn't, and the guy runs like a magic thing and can like use some ice and fire magic, and it's just like, why? Why complicate? This has nothing to do with the plot whatsoever. Why do we need this?
Because people like a fantasy world.
It could have just been. Well, it's not. It's basically slightly different 1890 Japan.
Yeah.
Period. There's nothing different about it aside that people can apparently see these things called grotesques if they have high enough like a spiritual ability, and some very rare people can use magic. Like, it's so rare the people he's training to deal with it are like, why are we training for something we won't even encounter? So they put all this crap in here that doesn't affect the world at all and doesn't really have anything to do with the plot. I'm on episode 2. I just learned about it by episode 2.
Okay, maybe the author just had some ideas and couldn't figure out.
That's what it feels like.
I mean, maybe we'll get a Reese's Cup situation where it's like, hey, you got your peanut butter and my chocolate. But, like, it just sounds like I got 2 ideas and I don't know how to make them work, so fuck it. I mean,
it's so weird. I was like, why did you even add this?
I've got an idea and I'm going to use it, and that's everyone else's problem.
I literally think the only reason that it was added was the fact that he can, like, produce fire and ice means he does not need extra servants.
True.
So her having grown up as, like, basically Cinderella doing all the work, he can be like, I don't need that, and stuff like that. It's like, I don't need you to make me a bath, I can warm it up myself, it's faster, stuff like that. Tsundere shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, you didn't need to do that.
Not really necessary. Cool, but anyways.
It's not really. It's kind of generic and dumb.
Yeah, well, so's Demon Slayer. But the art's pretty.
Demon Slayer isn't too bad with what it does. I do like that all the monsters have at least an implied shit that they came from.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like Smooth Criminal.
Because, like, every one of them seems to have somewhat of a sad story. I do like that, even if you don't always get to hear it. That is something nice. Dark Gathering does it way better, though.
Yeah.
With all the ghosts having, like, an interesting story.
I do like that they, like, the heroes are not superhero. Like, the heroes are not superheroes.
Yeah, I do like how they have to recover a lot.
Like, I really appreciate that, because, like...
And they're just one part of a whole.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of fall into the crap that they're doing.
And there's, like, a whole organization backing things up, as opposed to just, like, Steve, the superhuman.
I was actually, like, it had problems. You know, the chick is... It's just problematic as shit. And it's so hard to explain it to people, because it's not the usual form of problematic.
Right.
In fact, all the problematic stuff in there is, like, a layer deeper, and you have to kind of know that it's problematic.
I mean...
Otherwise, you'd be like, no, see, she's fully dressed and everything. It's like, yes, but she can't talk. And seems to have the brain of a child, even though she was a fully grown adult.
Yeah,
and it's just being pulled around to look pretty. That's kind of a little more fucked up than a woman who, like, dresses really provocatively but has full agency in what she's doing.
Everyone's like, wow, she's so pretty, and it's like a 5-year-old that can only communicate through her brother.
Yeah.
It's like,
And she does, that's the thing, she doesn't have anything to communicate. She's perfectly fine with whatever the fuck's going on, too, which also, she's a dog. She's a dog that looks like a girl, basically, as far as the plot is concerned.
Yup. It's like,
But I was willing to, like, forgive that somewhat, or at least, like, tolerate it, because the art was really nice, and it was a little different in some ways, which is nice. Still very shonen-y, but the monsters were cool, so I do love me some good monster design in general. But then, like, that little team of basically every other Sentai character, every other shonen OC that's ever been drawn came together. Apparently now they're on the one with big tits.
I was gonna say, you have two nemesis, the butterfly one and the big tits one that is completely
Oh my god, like,
like,
I couldn't stand the, like, whatever he was, like, the beautiful guy with the 3 wives. I couldn't stand him. I don't know how people stand that bitch. I couldn't stand her. I kept yelling at her, shut up, whenever she spoke. I hope she's got some good fucking plot development, because damn is she fucking annoying.
She would literally hear the voice and just be like, talking. Why are you still communicating? Illegal. I am looking forward to,
I still can't get over that guy was like, my brother married his wives for the family. You know, the thing that everyone does in this period, and it was probably pretty damn good for their family because they got to marry up. That's kind of what wives are for right now. I, however, took my wives and put them into battle. That makes me a better person.
I took my wives that are really just here to be trophies and trained them in combat.
It's like,
but
my wives would die for me. Those wives just get to produce fucking babies and have money. That seems better to me.
It's like,
these people are rich enough, they don't have to do any household shit. They just gotta, like, look pretty, and their whole family's like, fuck yeah, we have more money now, woo!
Yeah, it's like, this is all very awkward. Like, this is getting into, like, the Final Fantasy territory. It's like, everything that is involved here, and all of the problems entirely stem back to their own doing. And I'm supposed to root for them. They're the good guys, quote unquote.
Should women be married off for family gain? No. But men shouldn't either, which was probably exactly what they were doing with that guy. Yeah. Everyone acts like it's just women. Like, men can't have women they love that they don't want to get married off to, like, people they don't know. And in Japan, like, women, like, high-class women had it pretty good, and they fucked a lot. Yeah. Like, they got to just have affairs everywhere, because they were just rich bitches with nothing to do.
You know, it's, thinking of anime, there is next. I guess it's like the winter season is gonna have like Dungeon Menchie, and it's also gonna have Kaiju number 8.
Oh hey!
Yeah.
2 things you like.
I do. Kaiju
Winter
number 8
is
is a lot of fun.
stacking up to be a good season.
Yeah. Like Dungeon Menchie, obviously I'm gonna watch that because eating things in the dungeon and our designated dwarven himbo is just fucking great.
Yeah, and it's done by Trigger too.
Yeah.
Okay, Trigger being only shit.
I don't know who sacrificed a goat to get Trigger to do Dungeon Menchie.
It
but
must just be
fucking
really
off.
popular, or someone on the team really liked it.
Probably a bit of both, I would say. Dungeon Menchie is popular enough that it's still like widely liked, but still a surprise to people when they find out about it.
Because it's not your basic shonen.
Yeah.
Then again, Food Wars was really big, so I'm not really surprised.
Yeah, so like it's popular enough, and it has weird enough stuff as you get deeper into it that I'm less surprised that people on Trigger like it. Like when
Trigger just wanted to do food porn. They're like, what animation thing haven't we done? Food porn. Let's go.
Food porn, cool monsters,
Oh, they've done Cool Monsters.
Necromancer wife.
Maybe they're trying to regain some fucking clout after the whole debacle with Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah, probably a little. I mean, Darling in the Franxx was popular enough. With their
yeah, but it
audience.
took a real bad dunk at the end, and everyone ended up hating it.
Yeah. Like, it got its, it got its core audience group. No one else liked it, but it got its
I
core-
could not watch it, which is a real shame because I love robots. And I love the monsters, but as soon as they like took these children basically and were like, hey, get into a sexual position to ride this robot with each other, and I was like, no, I'm not looking at that for the whole season. No. I have a high tolerance for anime bullshit, but I'm drawing a line at that. No.
There's a line that I won't cross, and that's it particularly.
I don't want to look at a bunch of teenagers in sex positions.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know if you know about this, but I'm old. And I wasn't even attracted to teenagers when I was a teenager. I liked old men.
Hello.
I still like old men. They're just now my age. That's what I love about old men. I keep getting close to their age.
Yes, you like your silver fox.
You're my silver fox.
Hello. It's me. I am the old man now.
Yes, you're my old man.
Yeah.
I got me one of them old mans.
With my cute blue glasses. I've gotten compliments on people.
It's because you're very cute. I got compliments on my new glasses too.
Because they're gay and they suit you.
They are pretty gay.
They're pretty gay.
They were literally part of the Pride collection.
They're rainbow and they come with sunglasses.
They're very cute.
They are. I got a new Hawaiian shirt today and I'm very proud of it. It's lilac.
Have you ever had any anime bullshit that you just checked out of the anime for, honey?
I mean, there's a lot, but if I would checked out because of the anime bullshit, I probably don't remember the anime.
See, I always remember the animes that I check out of.
Honestly,
Because usually I like either checked out the first episode or I was like balls deep in that bitch and then it pulled something out of left field.
honestly, I tapped out of Food Wars because it was just like, it was too like cringe. I guess
Just
is the
people
best word.
orgasming over food, that's the one joke.
Like, it's the one joke, and they really just want to fucking ride that shit into the ground like the guy at the end of Apocalypse riding a rocket. Like, it's just like, bruh, calm down. The food porn does not look good enough to warrant this.
Hello! Oh, what was it? I always love talking shit about anime.
Oh yeah, we'd love to hear like,
I've checked out of multiple anime just because they had rape in the first episode.
yeah. I mean,
Stop!
we checked out a Queen's Blade because we literally watched the first episode.
Okay. I watched Queen's Blade as a joke. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this horrible fucking anime. However, by the end of the first episode, the pink slime chick gets her, like, boobs grabbed. So the acid in her nipples gets so backed up, her boobs become as big as a 2-story building and explode. And I was just like, it's not gonna get any better than that.
Yeah,
that's objectively the stupidest thing I think I've ever seen in anime, and it's not gonna get any better. I'm gonna leave. You know, it's only gonna get worse from there.
Yeah, it's like, what do you go from there? Like, there's nowhere to go from that. You have ended your series in the first episode. We're done. I got all I needed out of this. And then we left. Shit, that was just like, yeah, I got what I wanted.
Yeah.
Done.
JoJo has never managed to do that with me, but damn if Queen's Blade didn't do that first episode.
I'm always surprised that we haven't hit that point with JoJo, but
JoJo, like, always promises to be weirder.
It does, and it usually delivers. We are coming up on Great American President Race, so we're gonna have a fun time.
It should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I look forward to seeing JoJo version of President Trump, including his...
I hope the dub does a Trump impression. That'd be really funny.
God, I hope so. Like, including the American flag back tattoo. Like, I look forward to how bad... Oh, Corpse Party.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair, yeah.
I played the game. It was cute. I prefer, like, if I'm going to do that sort of game, I'd rather do Misao. Because I feel like the gore has more of a purpose, whereas Corpse Party is just like, what ways can you die in this room?
You know, actually, I do remember one that I hit the bullshit mark and tapped out on.
Yeah.
Thinking of horror things. Higurashi Cry.
Yeah, I can see that.
I hit the part where, like, it's like, oh, cool, you know, it's kind of in the darkness spiral, and things are getting weird, da-da-da-da-da. And the part was, the chick put the butcher knife to the wall and headbutted it till she fell over.
I thought that was funny.
The next episode, that's when I tapped out. Because the next episode was literally back to classroom bullshit like nothing happened.
Paul could not handle the third Madoka movie.
No, I can handle that, but the Higurashi had such a slap stop right there, and then didn't do anything with it. It immediately
because it's
went
a
back
time
to
loop, honey.
It didn't even have any implications of a time loop. There was no, like, this is halfway through the season too. There's no implication of anything other than these people might be a bit weird with their games, and then it hits that part, and it's just like, what? And then it just goes back to normal, and I'm like, no, I'm done. This is stupid, and you didn't earn any of this. I'm out.
I had to drop out of Steins Gate. After his first, like, really big jump, the one that gets rid of Akihabara, because when he came back, he was like, "You're not a girl, you're a boy," to the one person who was like, I'm basically trans, but Japan doesn't have that word. Can you go tell my mom to eat different stuff so I'll be born a girl? And he's like, no, see, you're not a boy, you're not a girl, you're a boy. And he grabs the poor girl's crotch to be like, see? Which would not even be cool if they were a boy.
Yeah.
And the main character had already, like, made other characters cry and just screams autism to the point where, like, I'm, like, having, like, sympathy cringe. Like, I am physically aching because I'm like, no, this is not socially acceptable. No, what if I do this? Oh, God. And that was just where I had to tap out.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna watch someone grab someone else's fucking crotch. Even if they were your best friend, you would not do that in front of people and then make a girl cry to be like, this is a plot point to show that he did change stuff with her. I'm like, Akihabara is gone. Why'd you have to molest that girl? Fuck that.
Like, kind of a bigger issue right here.
Plus, that kind of just means that poor trans character was just there to be a plot development, which sucks.
Yeah.
Ugh. I had to stop watching the zombie idol anime because the manager guy gave the same vibe.
Yeah. And he just yells.
And it just makes me so uncomfortable. Like, it triggers all my anxiety with these characters. They're so, like, forceful and they don't follow social norms at all in any of the most, like, considering other humans' way, and it makes me cringe and cry and have anxiety, and I don't like it.
Well, especially with the zombie one, because like he literally doesn't think of people. He thinks of them as fucking zombies.
He held those girls hostage without telling anything, and he would just yell at them to practice, and I'm like, please stop. This is making me very uncomfortable.
Oh, I think Shin Kamen Rider will be out soon.
Oh boy.
Because that'll be on Prime, so I'll be able to watch that. That should be fun. Especially because that looks like it was just like have a tokusatsu thing, but give it budget and a full runtime. And I'm like, okay, yeah, fine. The Shin guy has been doing really good with like Shin Godzilla and stuff. I still have no idea what the Godzilla -1 is gonna be.
I watched Reincarnated as a Vending Machine this season because I had to see what the hell the OP was gonna be like.
Fair.
I watched the first episode and it was so boring. Oh my god.
Oh, that's terrible.
Of course it is. It's boring. Like, you think like, haha, quirky. No, it's boring. It's boring. It's fucking boring. And it's still boring. And it's just, everyone's so happy and everything goes so well, it's boring.
That's the one thing you can't do with something like that is like, either go full hard or don't, but like if you're boring, that's just the worst.
It's just like Reincarnated as a Slime. I found that really boring too, but it's like got less to it, which is sad. But the opening implies that there are other vending machines that I can only assume also are isekai people.
Hilarious.
You know what the vending machine guy's personality is? He loves vending machines.
Wasn't he the one that like jumped in front of the vending machine?
They changed that, which made me sad. Because I think they actually changed it in the manga too. But that was one of the reasons I obviously like had to read it to start off with manga wise, because I had to be like, okay, what the fuck is gonna go on in the Reincarnated as a Vending Machine. And in the OG manga, he's like, oh my gosh, I love vending machines. I love them so much. And then he sees one's falling over and he's like, no! And jumps out to save it and it crushes him to death. And that's when he gets reincarnated as a vending machine. But in the anime, and I think actually they redid it in the original manga, he's driving on a moped behind a car that's got vending machines on it and it flies off and knocks him off the side of a mountain with it and he dies. Oh, which is way less funny.
It is. Like, if you're gonna do that, you might as well have him be like, vending machines are his trains. Like, have him be a vending machine on this. Like,
I mean, he still was, but it wasn't as like obvious or funny.
Yeah.
Like being crushed by a vending machine trying to save it is funny.
Right.
Being crushed by a vending machine trying to save it off of a mountain is not as funny.
And like, you know, I really hope that like Mahimaho. I hope they make Machimaho into an anime because, like, that would either be just such a dumpster fire as to be awesome to watch, or really, really good, and I'm fine either way. Because, like...
I think there's too much nudity in Machimaho.
There's not as much nudity as you think.
I mean, there's a lot, like, two of the characters are just naked all the time. Like, with the creatures when they're human forms.
Yeah,
like, they don't necessarily have genitalia showing, but they are just stark naked.
Yeah, they do the Sailor Moon out, like, out while just not actually having genitalia to show. And, like, so they do a lot of that, like, either just hee-hee-hoo-hee censorship or just, like, you know, the Barbie effect, and then it's fine. And, like, the comedy and the turbo violence, usually in the service of comedy, would be really good, and they've shown that you could do that quite well with One Punch Man. So.
I mean, I adore the whole Machimoho series. It's one of the few that I'll actually pick up here physically.
We have it.
I also really love, sorry for my familiar, but no one seems to talk about that one. I don't know why. It's so well written. I don't get it. Like, it's really funny, and it's well written and well paced.
I have no idea.
It would make such a good anime, and I have no idea why no one talks about it.
I have no idea why that one never got popular, because that really is
it's popular. It's got 7, like, I think it's pushing like 12 chapters. Yeah. 12 volumes. Like, how do you have 12 volumes and I haven't seen any merch or any
like no
announcement for anything? Like,
it's like, how is it so good and yet not noticed at all?
It's because it's not a light novel.
Maybe, yeah.
I talk like I'm such a bitch. I do enjoy anime, but not bad ones.
Honestly, we were that Zombie 100.
Oh yeah, Zombie 100 is like the best looking thing this season.
That is phenomenal. I hope it doesn't just go like sideways.
Oh god, I really hope no one gets raped.
Like,
I'm so sick of having to stop watching anime because someone just gets raped for no reason.
hello, Fuzzy.
Hi, Fuzzy Man. I don't know who wants to see all this rape, but it's not me. It's too much rape in anime.
Oh, we were talking about Zombie 100 and how we hope that it just doesn't go like shitty randomly. And it seems like a repeating thing of late with anime where it's just like, we want to do something drastic and scary. It's rape. It's always rape. It's never portrayed as like a bad thing. It's portrayed as a sexy bad thing. And that's honestly the worst part of it.
I'm so sick of all the rape.
Stop
raping people!
It undermines the whole, it's supposed to be bad and scary and awful when it is framed salaciously in the middle of the thing. And it's just like, okay, Fazzy, don't watch it because, like, obviously it's just not good, but Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, it's in like the first episode, yeah.
Like, that's its first episode.
It's like the first scene in its first episode.
And it is...
There was another one that was like about children of like previous heroes.
Yeah.
That they ended the first episode with that after comedy skits. I'm like, stop it. And then one anime I watched 2 seasons of because I liked it, Science Fell in Love, ended with an attempted rape. It's like, stop it!
Like, and it's completely out of place in both tone and like just how the rest of the show has been. It's just a complete, like...
I hate it. Stop it.
Yeah. It's so out of place. And then, like, this happens so regularly, especially in, like, stuff that would otherwise have been, like, really good or just an immediate recommendation, like, just tanks itself because of that. And it's like, what the fuck? Would you stop that?
I've had it happen to me at least 4 times, I believe.
It's like,
and I do watch somewhat a lot of anime. Probably not more than some people, but probably more than your average Joe. But, not enough that I should have had to have faced rape 4 times.
It's like, what?
Especially in slice of life anime.
Yeah.
That really fucked me up. I was like, I thought this was a safe place. What happened?
It's like, what higher up exec just really likes that? Like, I don't know where that's even coming from, but it's starting to get really obnoxious really fast. But yeah, like I said, the very first episode of Goblin Slayer is like that, and they try to be like, oh, see, it sets the tone for the dark fantasy world and blah, 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 blah.
I don't care.
But it is framed and set up sexy. It is made to be like, haha, isn't this so hot?
It's worse in the manga, apparently. In the light novel, it's apparently the least worst that it can be. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But in the manga, apparently it's very sexualized, like boob butt pose and everything.
Like, great, cool, that was totally needed.
How you know it not horrible medieval dangerous stuff if women no get sexually assaulted? That's how it be though. That's like cheap shorthand for we're in a terrible place. It's like, let's rape the women. I hate it.
That was honestly my complaint on the last part of Final Fantasy. Like, I've gotten to the part now where, like, not only is it just like the good guys are just kind of atrocious. I do. Do you want me to add another hour to the timer, Doom? But it's like, I've gotten to the point where not only is it just like all of the good guys are just atrocious, but also they've kind of written themselves to the point where the good guys are so bad, the only way to make the bad guys bad is to have them be mustache twirling, rape and pillage people.
Stop raping people!
Like, cartoonishly evil. to the point where the one guy's like, why am I helping you fight against them? Well, when I was a child, my mom and sister were also captured by them, and I was made to do hard labor, and they were made to do other stuff, and they would never tell me about it, but I could see how bad it affected them. And we started to escape, and then we were going to get caught, and they knew we were going to get caught, so they threw themselves off a cliff to die.
Yeah.
And it's like, pardon?
Excuse?
And that's their way of making the Garleans seem more bad than, well...
Horrible racists?
Well, you know, they're summoning their primal, and we gotta deal with that. What? Oh, yeah, well, we tried to take their stuff, and we broke the peace, but what do you expect us to do? Fall on our swords? That is a literal line from the leader of the one thing, where she's like, well, yeah, I mean, we caused it and all, and they did exactly what they said they would do if we broke the peace treaty, but what do you expect us to do? Apologize for our war crime?
Yes.
For our literal invasion of their land? What? It's like...
Another thing I don't want anymore is slavery in fucking anime with the protagonists. Can the protagonists stop having slaves?
Final Fantasy's got you there too.
Got slaves.
Whole species of creatures that had magical helmets bolted to their heads to use them as slaves, and then when they rebel and start to break out from the control of their helmets, they dropped off King Mountain on them to bury them underground. And now, because that was what they were slaves to do, they've started to dig their way out. And they want revenge on the people that kept them as literal mind-controlled slaves. And they go, can you help us? That looks scary. They're going to kill us all for the slavery. And you're supposed to go, yeah, I'll go do that.
I hope y'all die.
I'm just like, oh my god. We have created a sentient war machine and taught it betrayal. Twice in its first day of life. We have betrayed it twice and left it to die.
Stop playing the slavery simulator.
God, like, if you think at all, in a lot of points in Final Fantasy XIV, it really starts getting really bad really fast. And you would think they had no reason to do a lot of this stuff, right? They had an out. At the very beginning, they talked to you about how people can be tempered, which, since summoning a primal is supposed to be this scary thing, usually requiring sacrifice, and the primals themselves are powered by faith. We find out that the primals also can do a thing called tempering, where they literally mind control you, so all you can do is worship the primal, because that's what feeds the primals. And if you're tempered, now you're basically just primal puppets. And we find out about that. And it's supposed to be a big, scary thing, and there's no cure for tempering other than to kill the person who's been tempered. So
I just remembered the other anime that had raped it. This season, it was, or last season, it was, the Heavens one. What was it called?
What,
the one that Disney had.
Oh, yeah. Heavenly Delusion.
Heavenly Delusion, that's it.
Yeah.
Really fucking good anime until that point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rape you in your sister's body and make you watch.
But like,
no reason.
But like, yeah, so like they have the tempered thing. So like, once a primal gets summoned, it's kind of like using a nuclear weapon. It's gonna cause bad stuff, and the moment it's out, it's causing problems to everywhere, right? So they had that out.
Next. And
then, how many times when do they deal with the tempered? They stop. You stop seeing tempered at all. It stops being a matter.
Frogs.
Frog.
I like this one because frogs.
Because violence. But like...
Yeah, don't watch Heavenly Delusion if you don't expect that on the very last 2 episodes of the season.
So like, they stop doing the tempered stuff at all. You just start seeing people that are just summoning them. They're perfectly fine. You even see the kobolds. Because like, not only does the lady tell you, yeah, they're summoning their primal because we invaded their stuff and they're trying to defend themselves, you get there to go fight the primal because some reason you're still gonna do that. You get there and the kobolds go, we're just trying to defend ourselves. Why are you doing this after you kill their primal? So you find out they're not even tempered. They're not mind controlled. They're just people trying to defend themselves. And you find that out from all of the other races. You find out that not only that, but you find out that the tempered don't necessarily do anything at all. The cabbages summoned their primal. What does their primal do? He sits there in their territory, not doing anything, not invading, not causing problems, and then other tempered are just like, hey, if you don't invade our stuff, we won't fight you. That's it. And the people are being told that, the tree elves in Gridania go, oh good, we were gonna invade, but we got other stuff to deal with, so now we're just not gonna do that because you guys will stay there. But we'll deal with your primal later. Like, fucking what? So it just...
Did I draw this guy with a sword before? Or should I just keep the knife?
I think honestly you should give him the pyramid head style giant knife, because that's funnier. And so, like, yeah, the primal, Ramu, he's just there.
Ramu.
He's just there with the cabbages, and you're like, at first you're like, oh god, we've got to deal with...
cabbages!
We have to deal with the cabbages, and we've got to stop their primal. And they're like, hey, you could just stop killing us. Maybe don't invade. Like, we literally stopped talking to you because all we asked for was that you leave us the fuck alone, and then we stopped talking to you, and then you show up at our borders and start bothering us.
Also give him a torch instead.
Yeah, because fantasy.
Because it's fantasy.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
And so they're like, hey, if you just don't fucking bother us, everything's fine. And they're like, ugh, I guess. Well, at least that's one less thing we have to deal with. But those lizard people... like, the whole thing just...
Stop being racist!
The whole thing just comes back to, how dare those beastkin get uppity? I mean, we're still looking side-eyed at the cat people. Never mind the aura.
I felt this the whole way through Nier Auto-Tomato. Because fucking 9S kept being fucking racist to the other robots. And I'm like, you're a robot, shut the fuck up!
Yeah, Nines is super like...
Stop being racist!
Oh, those stupid tin cans. Excuse me, Android, would you like to restate that sentence?
They don't have feelings. Bitch, you're literally not allowed to have feelings. Why are you any better? They have a family unit.
Oh, I'm just like... I am just straight up just banging
but
my
they
head.
have fake feelings. We have real feelings. You're not allowed to have those feelings. Yeah, but we got them.
We've got real feelings. You're still a synthetic. You're fake. Everything here is fake. Oh, like Final Fantasy has been such a fucking ball ache because it's so nonsensical.
By the way, the more money you donate on here, the more bits, the longer he has to play it.
Yes, we're still at 7 hours.
If you want to force my husband to play the racist slavery simulator, donate. Bits. How much was it for another hour?
500 bits or a gifted sub.
Yeah, 500 bits or a gifted sub. Make him play another hour. How long have you been playing?
A lot. A lot of hours. Because people gift subs, and Doom gives bits, and I have a lot of hours in the game now. Through sheer rage, I will continue, because the timer doesn't go down unless I do it on stream. And I still have 7 hours left. God.
Yeah, Paul. That's what they called it, what was it?
I call it suffering or Stockholm for a reason.
Yeah, we're gonna see if he's forced to play long enough, he'll actually like the game.
I'm still not at Heaven's Sword? How fucking far I'm level 53! How long do you have to play to get to the good part?
40 hours.
Like, I just rescued... I totally believe she's gonna be evil. I just rescued Minfilia from the mustache twirlers, and found out that Thankered is evil. The guy who literally has done nothing and I have no connection to whatsoever. And they're like, oh no, he's actually evil. And I'm like, who?
Because he's British.
I legit was like, who the f is that? Oh wait, yeah, that guy. I've seen him like for 5 seconds and then he ran off.
See, I play Genshin, and the way I get around this annoyance in Genshin is I don't pay attention to any of the dialogue. And I just want to explore the open world.
Like, I legit believe...
Maybe you should just do that, honey.
I legit believe Minfilia is going to be evil, because this game is old enough that having a high-class British voice actress means it's going to be evil. You don't have posh British voice acting in those older games unless that person becomes evil. So I'm waiting for her heel turn.
Look at him, he's so cute. He's just a little baby.
Like, having Thancred do the heel turn is nonsensical, because I don't know who the Thancred is, nor do I care. They're like,
You expect the writing to get good now? I'm sure the writing's good in the future.
Heavensward is apparently award-winning. And I don't know if that's just award-winning because there's nothing else there, or how. But like, they're like, oh, all these scions got killed. Oh, your friends died. I'm like, who? These NPCs didn't even have names when they were around in the building. When I came in and the spooky music had started, I'm like, oh cool, everyone's dead. And there they are, bodies all over the floor. None of those people even had names before that point. They didn't even have a little title over their head. They weren't even just like guard. Like, there was nothing. There was just some dudes.
Guard A died for you.
There was more coolness in that scene from the lady in white shooting one of her soldiers because he wouldn't stop stabbing a body on the floor, which was actually pretty hilarious. And then she soccer punted a cabbage. That was also fun. Nothing else in that scene mattered because I had zero connection to anybody there. They were all meaningless nobodies to me. And I know, I'm an adventurer. I stab shit for money. So I'm not gonna be like a high moral horse here. And even I'm like, I do not care.
Just ignore the dialogue and do the quests.
I just could care less about some of these people.
I've been playing Dave the Diver recently.
Yeah, you get a good game to play.
Yay!
You get to go see the fishies.
I like fish.
I get to hear racist slurs about fish people. Which again, like, I don't even know if the fish people at the Sahagin, because they call them finbacks, like they actually just call them a slur at all times. So
slurs at all times.
Like, I don't even know. Maybe they just, like, at this point, I just expected that they do fishing with lightning and magic or something, and that's why the Sahagin are upset. Like, maybe they go out and they fish the oceans with cannons, and then they're like, but we don't know why the fish people are mad, and then they just drop a fire aga into the ocean. Like, at this point, it's comical. It is so awkward. And up until, again, I am 53 levels into this game. Up until this point, there is no indication that primals are anything other than species related. So a species can summon a primal, and that by just not fucking with that species, you would stop the primal problem. As far as we know, until 53 levels in, when I find out that Odin, another primal, just fucking let itself out and wandered out. And where is it? What's the Odin's deal? Don't know. Just find out that he's there, and that's it. That's the end of that chain for the time being. But again,
in their defense, I do kind of prefer my games to have no good side.
Yeah, but at least have both sides be written well.
He's got a big sword. Who gave him such a big sword? It's too big for him, little hands.
Too big for him, goddamn feet. But like I said, you know, the primals causing problems and affecting people, cool if they used that tempered thing, but they stopped using it a while ago. So the tempered stuff doesn't even matter. And they've even showed that the tempered ones are still fully sentient and capable of, like, just doing stuff and choosing not to try and temper other people.
I don't see why you would give anything that needs to fight sentience. That just seems like the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, and that brings up a great point. Making the murder machine a sentient, literally who in their right mind would do that ever? Their words were literally, hey, if we go kill if we get a Melle-d heart, which means we just killed whatever a Melle-d is. I don't know, I haven't seen one yet. But apparently, if you kill a Melle-d,
it's probably a small child, judging by this game.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. But apparently, you get a Melle-d heart, a little clockwork heart, and you put it into something. If you put a Melle-d heart into a construct, it becomes sentient. Their words.
Why?
And so...
why would you want your killing machine to be sentient? That's so stupid of me.
Apparently, that's just a thing you can do. Giving something sentience, no matter what it is, you can apparently give a toilet sentience. That's just a Tuesday for these people.
If you're a fucked up man.
Apparently. Hey, this thing's got damage to it, and we can't repair it because we don't have access to not Germany's technology, so we'll just give it sentience and it can figure itself out. That was the solution to the problem. We gave this thing sentience. We got found out by the not Germans, and they go, hey, if we can't take it back, we'll blow it up. And we go, oh no, we have to save it. And then we save it, and then it goes, oh, you've saved me, therefore you must be a good person. And now the sentient war machine will work with you. And you go there, and you go to the place, and the first thing that happens is a potato runs into combat with the sentient to leave it to die over his horniness. And then afterwards, when it tries to get back up and roars and tries to come to your rescue because you as the player have been the only one who has actually A, tried to save this thing, and B, not betrayed it immediately, it tries to come to you and then you leave it to die. That's its first day of life. And it's just like, what? I hope, I really hope, because we know these things are very hard to kill, I hope that war machine is seen later and wants revenge, because it should get it. And I will give it that potato, because it earned it.
It earned a potato.
Fucking A. Oh, man.
Look at that little boy. Oh.
Ferg of murder.
He's just fat.
In big croak.
Good at frog.
Good at frog, indeed. Why him so big? Good at frog. Glad I'm having fun. Yeah, that's a word.
Yeah, I gotta listen to it all day. Oh.
What?
Thank you.
What? Oh, thank you for the photo.
I stream on weekends. He streams during the week.
Yeah. Around the same time, I do 5 p.m. Eastern, and she does 6 p.m. Eastern. And it's most days other than Tuesdays, which we have off usually.
Dang, we stream most of the week, don't we?
Yeah, because you stream on Sunday.
Yeah.
The only day we really take off is a Tuesday. And basically,
and sometimes if I have an art project I want to do, I'll take Tuesdays.
Yeah. We're basically everybody's dinner entertainment.
Oh boy.
Indeed.
I want dinner.
I can make you something.
I had dinner. Don't listen to me, Paul. I lie.
I always listen to you. Stuffing nuts. Man, we need to get more of those fucking cashews from the 7-Eleven.
Is that why you wanted to go this afternoon?
Yes. I'm not gonna lie, they're good. We went to the friggin' 7-Eleven near us, and for some unknown reason, they had ramen-flavored cashews, which is literally just, like, cashews that have been rolled in, like, not like shitty cup ramen, but like good, high-quality ramen flavor. Just for reasons. And they're really good. Like, straight up, if you read the ingredients, it has miso powder in it and stuff. Like, it is proper ramen broth dehydrated into a powder and then rolled on the cashews. For reasons.
There we go. He's ready.
He's ready to do a violence. Ah! Rip and tear.
I stole him color.
No lines, only color. Ribbit and tear until it is done.
Ribbit and tear.
Because he's a frog. Or a toad. I don't know. He might be a toad.
Oh yeah, I don't really know. He kind of looks toadish.
Depends. Does he like the water or not, I suppose?
He's just a boyo.
Hey, trying to determine if he's a
We're
toad.
just normal men. Just innocent men.
Doom is causing fire. How was your time playing Remnant earlier, Doom? Are you trying to get ready for Remnant 2? Chocobos for me, wanna find the fantasy. Racist. Like, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that chocobos are sentient. I don't even...
They just like to give you rights.
Oh, there's this entire species in Final Fantasy that's just into fucking puppy play. Don't worry about it. It's not weird at all.
I could see that.
It is a thing. It is actually a thing. And I'm gonna get to that point. I'm gonna get to that point, and I'm gonna find out about that, and I'm gonna be upset. I already know it.
Look at you. Oops. I took his lines.
You stole him line work. It's fine, he doesn't need line work.
He doesn't. He's ready for the mission. Count on me, boss. Alright, 2 down. Boop. Bazzy's turn.
Woo! What's on the docket today?
Bitches.
Generally.
I
Hey.
pasted in the wrong there.
Oh snap, that me. It recognizes itself in the other.
Let me get a reference.
Woo!
Sheppa.
Woo! Frame of reference. Just use the charcuterie board.
No, it's a different one.
Ceiling cat. Ceiling cat.
Oh yeah, Paul, we need a meme for that one.
I still say deer season
No.
poster.
I refuse. Not dressing him as Elmer Fudd.
Well, I mean, you could just do like the brown paper wanted poster, but it just says deer season. And it has
Oh,
a
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Damn it, I had it and I lost it. There you go. I needed a color. And the basic outfit.
Color palette.
Hey, it's me.
Color palette is yes.
Alright.
Tomorrow is Sunday. We should go to the Krispy Kreme and see if they have the milkshake. The Barbie milkshake.
You're basic. I want to see a Barbie movie.
Yeah.
I want to see it now.
Can you paint with all the colors of the tiefling?
Legit. I don't think this one counts as a tiefling, though.
I mean, there might be a tiefling in there.
Yeah.
You never know with magical constructs. Now the question is, where do you draw the line between chimera and zombie? Because both can be a construct made of flesh.
I don't care. They can be whatever they identify as.
Is this a golem? Is it a chimera? Is it a mutant? You decide.
Why don't you just ask them?
It's more fun.
You're being so rude. I don't know if people saw, but I think it was today or last night, I forget. But a while ago, the official Gretzko account for Sanrio asked if they could use some of my fan art on their post if they like at me, and I was like, sure, whatever. And now they did, and then I jumped up from like I jumped up to 6,000 followers. And now I actually have some followers on Instagram, which is nice because I have like none on there.
Hey, Schrodinger's chimera.
So there's a cat in there too?
What's in your pants? Yes.
Right, he's got a key. Meow. Yeah. So I guess there's a cat in there.
Meow. That song that I sent you the picture of this morning really was the most anime-ass thing that
I gotta put the snake in too.
The snake is licking the coffee from the cup.
It's an elixir. Snake also has to be annoyed.
Of course. Tiny wig on the snake so its hair can be ruffled.
So tempted to give it a monocle.
On the snake?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like snakes with monocles.
That's a good decision. It's funny.
I say that the chimera is a slut. There you go. I decided what its species was.
Salute.
Slut. I win.
Melissa did a joke was like detect thoughts, and then it was like, oh, it doesn't work because you have an int lower than 4, and I was like, I think you misspelled that. Shocked Pikachu emote.
It's that fucking Omari song again. Damn it!
Well, it could be worse. It could be the rain one.
Which one?
The one that always annoys you because it has too much rain sound
yeah.
in it.
I'm sure that'll come up. I always forget which one's that in, but I'm fine. I'll just skip it when it comes up.
It's fine right until you hear it, and then it's obnoxious as shit. There was this little kid today came in to get a headset because like He wanted to get a PlayStation 5 controller, but like the controller he was looking at is one of the ones that's got like the fancy back pedals and shit like that, and it's like $200.
Jesus Christ!
And he's like, well, I'm gonna get that because that's all my money. And then he saw like a headset, and he's like, oh, I do need a headset, and I do have just enough money to get that. And I was like, a kid, you got the Target app on your phone? He's like, no. I was like, you should get the Target app on your phone. And he goes and he loads it up, and I'm like, okay, cool. Scan this headset. He scans the headset, and I was like, see that button? Hit that. He goes, okay. Like, congrats, now it's $100 instead of $200. He's like, what? I'm like, go over here, now it's $100, you're done.
There you go.
Because like, I was like, I'm not gonna let this little kid spend all his money.
Yeah, when people are nice, you help them.
It's like, there's this little kid wants to get a thing that he needed to get, and he had the money for it. It would take all of his money, but he'd still be able to get it. And I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna let that happen. This is like, I've had so many people over the course of this week just be absolute shitlords. Mm-hmm. And then the one time we can help out a little kid.
You want some Pokemon cards?
Hey, we already did those up.
Oh, this week, Paul sold his old magic cards. He had some magic cards so old they wouldn't even, like, work in the card reading app we were using. Because they were, like, what, like, second gen or something like that?
Yeah, they were some second edition and stuff like that.
So, we brought it to the local comic book store, and they checked it out, and it turns out one card was worth like $200. Yeah. So he got $250 for it. Oh. Like the whole set of like 4,000 cards.
Yeah, because I mean, like a bunch of it were commons, and like I had 2 long boxes that I bought at a con that were like 1,000 cards each, but they were like mixed bullshit kind of thing. So, you know, I spent $15 to get them, and I got $15 back for each of those. But like, just a lot of random stuff. And they're like, look, you know, you've got a bunch of commons and stuff, and like, yeah, you have some older cards, but not a lot of them. Like some of them were, you know, $2 or $3 a piece. Cool, that's fine. And they're like, we were about to offer you the offer that you probably wouldn't have liked and wouldn't have been happy with. And then when we were going through some of the commons, here's this one card, and this one card is worth $200 just by itself.
Honestly, we would have probably been happy with any offer they gave us. We were just trying to like, because we're going to be moving this time next year, so we're trying to downsize a bit. And
it would have been a lot like
it's a lot of crap that like we don't use anymore. I should probably honestly clean up the bookshelf too a little bit.
It's like I don't play Magic anymore. I haven't played it for a long time. Like they were just gathering dust, and so like, cool. Got a bunch of money for it, and I had like a bunch of Pokemon cards that I'd actually just gotten for free because like the vendor lady, like whenever people steal cards out of the set, like they just throw everything else away. So she'd just been giving me like all these random cards for free, and so I was like, I don't think any of these are worth any money, but can y'all take a look? And they look, they're in there like, yeah, this is all just like basic stuff, and even some of these ones are like worth a couple bucks, but not much of much. I was like, okay, cool. Find a kid, give him to him. Because here's like 400 Pokemon cards. I don't even play Pokemon, and I got them for free, so what do I care?
That's what you wanted to do with the Magic cards if, like, none of them were worth anything. It was like, hey, give them to, like, a kid who's starting out or something.
Yeah, like, do a tournament or something, or just, like, kids that are just starting out. Here's a free deck, off you go. Like, it was just...
They'd get more entertainment out of it than you would.
Right? Like, nowadays, man, fucking cards are so expensive.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine kids getting into the thing that I used to love because there's no fucking way they'd have the money. Like, man, that's fucking heinous. That just hurts. I was like, yeah, nah.
Poor kids. And then you don't get new players.
Right. Like, it's just...
Oops. You're a little too dark there.
Like, that just, like, I don't know, that just hurts me a little inside to think about. Just, like, kids can't even get into the thing I enjoy because there's no way they'd be able to afford it. That sucks.
Which also sucks because once you become an adult, you don't necessarily have the time for that unless you're like really well off. So
Right.
the only people playing are people who like are really well off and can buy good cards, or people who've been able to play the game the whole time and keep up with the meta and know what they're doing. So like even if you could get in, like you're facing off against people who know better than you.
Yeah, so it's just kind of... And I mean, like, at this point, WotC is just constantly shooting itself in the face anyways, but, like, still. I want kids to be able to have fun, damn it.
Yeah.
All these scalper assholes taking shit. It's like... That's honestly, like,
I'm gonna put, like, quotes around the elixir.
Elixir restarts your heart. It's just caffeine.
Yeah, it's an elixir.
Quote unquote. You got a license for that elixir, sir? Oh man, speaking of license for elixirs, right now Canada has this huge energy drink recall. And at least like several of them are pretty big name ones. That Prime drink is getting recalled, and because in Canada they have a legal limit on caffeine per single can, and they violate that limit. And so PepsiCo owns one of the drinks. It's like Sting or something, because of course Pepsi markets everything. And then there's Prime, and then like some others, right? And of the 5 big named ones that got named, 3 of them responded to, oh no, the recall's not a problem. You see, any drinks in Canada are not because we distributed them. It's because people illegally imported them. And if we had them in Canada, we would be obeying the law.
Okay. Sure, Jane.
3 separate companies. Well, 2 companies in Logan Paul. So, 3 different
The alternate
people.
evil version of my husband.
Now you see, I'm the evil one because I have a mustache.
That's true.
I can grow facial hair, and I'm not a cunt that fucking goes after children.
True.
But yeah, no, so 3 separate people, all of them trying to use the same excuse of, well, we don't have our drink over there because that would be illegal, and we don't do it illegal. People just brought them over.
Oops, we did an illegal.
And so, like, Canada's like, okay, cool, so you won't have any problem with us taking them off the shelves and throwing them away. Hope you like losing your money. But that's just exactly what it is. It's just like, this has way too much caffeine and other health issues associated with it, and it violates the law, so goodbye.
Law, good taste.
But yeah, no, fuck that Prime drink. That thing is not only is it just bad for you in general, but it also tastes atrocious.
So many energy drinks either taste like cough medicine or just sugar.
And like, there's no reason for it. It's not like 90% of those ingredients have flavor at all. Like, you can straight up get most of those energy ingredients by themselves separate and add them to anything else, right? And like, 3 of those ingredients might have a flavor, and one of them most people don't even use anymore, because like taurine isn't used in a lot of stuff, even though like that one does cause a little bit of flavor, but it is also like not used in a lot. And inositol is another one that is flavorless and stopped being used in a lot of energy drinks, which is weird because that's one of the few ingredients that actually does work.
Maybe it's illegal.
No, it's not illegal, and it's not even like particularly monitored or anything like that. It's kind of funny because inositol not only does work, but is actually useful and used by a lot of people to actually fix problems. And to the point where people will use inositol to cut coke with. Because The one reason why a lot of energy drinks don't use it anymore is because it gives you that flushed feeling, like that scratchy blood flow, like your cheeks are warm kind of feeling, right? Because it is improving blood flow. And a lot of people actually do take inositol as a medicine. But some people don't like that scratchy feeling. So that's why a lot of energy drinks stop using that, and the ones that are generally pretty strong anyways will have inositol in them. But yeah, so like, again, you can just get a lot of that stuff separate. You can make your own damn thing without it tasting terrible. So there's no real reason for them to taste bad. And even some of them, it's just like, that's why I drink that that mango flavored one that I like, because I just put mango juice in it and have it not taste like ass. I know I shouldn't drink energy drinks as much as I do.
Hey, you're going to work early in the morning.
Yeah, but still.
Snack.
Hey, Snack Man. There's no need to feel down. It's Snack Man. Please install not a frown. Hey, Snack.
Snack. No steppy on snack.
Please no steppy. Lo-fi Snack.
Because he's low to the ground. Oh, it's Minty!
Oh, hi, Minty.
Hello, Minty.
We've been raided by plants.
Oh, fuck, it's invasive. We are 3 into 6, so we're about to start the 20s.
Minty and the Cutlings have invaded.
What's it called? Her prunes. Her prune bits? I don't know. I don't know plant things. You're the one who worked at Lowe's.
Cuttings, dear.
Thank you. Okay. How do plants work? They scream and die when you cut them. There you go.
Hoi hoi.
Alright, 3 down. Time for 20s.
Woo.
How many 10s we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Alright, so we should finish next week. Howdy, Minty! Alright. Maybe we'll put Oberon until we figure out what we're gonna do with them.
Oh, that reminds me. Minty. Hey, Minty. Wait, why isn't it up there? Did it get added? Oh, wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Duh, I'm stupid.
Let's do her DMs.
Hey, Minty. Hey, Minty.
Yeah.
Hey.
We have an emote by Minty now.
Yay. Well, we have our second one.
Second one, yeah. Yay.
We're doing fine. Doing art, having a good time.
Art. Gonna draw some loaves.
Hey.
Gonna draw Melissa loaf.
Cash Fox.
Ha! You're lying.
Hey. It's because I'm very fluffy.
I'm pretty sure he's a fox.
I'm a fox.
He's a silver fox.
I'm just very fluffy. Minty, are you gonna play 7 days? I wanna play 7 days. We talked about it in the streamer thing of possibly doing 7 days tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to that because I have a lot of fun with 7 days. I get to be a loot goblin.
Oh
They
boy.
leave me unsupervised. A poor decision generally, but I bring back neat stuff. Yeah. I tend to go spear and rifle because those things all play well with the looting bonus.
You're a loot.
Because they go with like crits and luck and stuff like that, so then I get more better loot. So putting points into that tends to work out.
More better loot.
Mm-hmm. I put points into being able to carry things and finding shiny objects. 2 things that I'm very good with. Oh, lift your legs.
Lift your legs.
Stretch your clock.
No.
Stretch your legs.
Let me get my old lady blankie off.
Alright. Hot.
Yeah.
One,
1, 2,
3, 4,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I gotta pee. Alright, Paul, keep everyone entertained while I pee. They can't see your boobs.
I'm here. Hello, chat. I'll keep you entertained. Yes. Oh, wait. Can't do the little dance. Wait, I am doing the dance. Yeah. Hello. How are y'all? I don't have any science news today because there hasn't been interesting sciencey stuff happening. Other than more stuff about that Titan sub and how it went kerflump. So that was neat. But otherwise, been a pretty chill time. There's not been much big sciencey stuff. And I've been just kind of dealing with the usual crazy retail people. And of course, all of the people already doing their back to school shopping early. Which has been a bit weird. Man, we've already had a lot of people asking about if we've got clear backpacks for everyone, which is a little dire. Our local theme park apparently has started making it so you have to have clear like backpacks or purses when you go to places now too. And it's like, ooh, that's a little scary. I don't think I like that. But yeah, some places have started doing that for like big public areas. They don't want you to have bags anymore. That place is already, like, Busch Gardens has always been a bit squirrely anyways, about, like, they'll say you can't do stuff, and then, like, you still do it. I had one time, this was way back when, during a Homestuck meetup at Busch Gardens, and I was dressed up as Old Man Jake English, and I was like, I walked up, and there's all these signs everywhere saying like, no outside food and blah, blah, blah. I walked up to the security thing and I opened the bag full of food and went, I've got a bag full of food. And then went in because I thought that the ticket counter was past the security thing. And I forgot that it was not. So I just walked into the park. And then like a minute or two later, I was like, oh, can't find the ticket thing. So then I walk back out, go over to the place, get my ticket, and then walk past security again and go, hey, yeah, I forgot to buy my ticket. Show them the bag again and walk on by. And they're just like, yes, clearly this silly old man is perfectly fine and not planning anything. As I walk in with a bag full of food, like a big fucking cooler, to go bring food to this little meetup. I just walked on by, just let myself into the park. Who cares? It's fine. Nobody even checked. Just goes to show, if you look like you know where you're supposed to go, nobody cares, and you can just do whatever. Oh man. Yeah, just stroll on by. Who cares? It's fine. I have been to many places that are supposed to be high security places, and realistically, if you just have a little confidence and, you know, enough of a bluff, you're fine. I've gone into NASA where my dad used to work, and you just walk into places. People just assume if you're there, you're supposed to be there. Whether or not that's the case, you can just go wherever. It's fine. No one will notice. I'm not saying wander onto a government facility. I'm just saying it's easier than you think.
Drop kick.
That was me flying off into the distance.
I totally didn't use that as an excuse to look for deer memes. And I totally didn't send you one for a reference later.
Honestly, I like the one with the where they spray paint the stuff on the horns so they shine in the car headlights.
No, I found a better one. Yeah, we'll see that later.
I like that. Naruto running in Area 51 to get yourself a hot alien girlfriend. The hot alien girlfriend, a face hugger.
It's me.
It's just a face hugger with like lipstick painted on the underside of it. Tiny heels for each leg.
I'm sorry, I was just envisioning little red heels on the face huggers.
Yeah!
I'll leave y'all alone for 5 minutes and you get on Area 51, how?
Ah, yes, only stormtroopers could shoot with this much accuracy. The entire building blown up. Meanwhile, stormtroopers. Well, I can't see anything through this stupid helmet. It's poorly designed. That, by the way, is actual Star Wars canon. Because, of course, they don't want to address things like, why do the stormtroopers never hit the main people if they're supposed to be the best thing around and so good and blah 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 blah. Oh, well, you see, the helmets were a new design and were actually shitty. Yes, that's Star Wars canon. That was explained in later stuff, saying, oh yeah, it's because those were a new type of helmet, and they were ass.
Making me draw all these dragons. Dragons since grade school.
Guess what? You're a fantasy artist now. Get good.
I'm a horror artist. Fuck y'all.
Welcome to high fantasy. Home of the high fantasy. Can I take your disorder?
I don't know, with all those people following me recently with the, so they won't get shot in the face in space. But, all the people following me because of that Agretzko post probably wonder if I'm a furry. I'm also not a furry. Sorry, everybody. I just draw spooky ladies. That's all I draw for fun.
Remember, Stormtrooper...
Well, that, and I'm trying to redo the Sans, charm. Because everyone has spoken. They want me to do it.
Well, see, the Stormtrooper armor is supposed to be highly resilient to laser blasts, which is why everybody stops using lasers and have plasma like the Wookiees, or just beats them with a rock, because since they're designed for laser protection, they're pretty fragile and shatter easily.
They're probably made of the same stuff that submarines made out of.
Yeah, fiberglass, basically. But also, you know, a lot of things are very laser repellent, which is why the Mandalorians use shotguns. Because, well, great. Deflect this fucking cloud of metal with your stupid lightsaber. Oh no, now it's a cloud of molten metal, and it's still moving at you. Damn shame. Ka-chick.
Ka-chick.
That's the Mandalorians. Solving the problem. The problem is the Jedi. It always was.
Yes.
I mean, I did like the Roger Rogers. They always made me happy.
I thought they were weirdly, like, silly.
Well, yeah!
They just didn't fit the tone.
They were... Honestly, I liked that part about them.
I know, like, but it didn't fit the rest of the tone. It was distracting. But Star Wars is technically a series for, like, children, more or less, so...
Well, also, too, like, the droids were made by a bunch of shitty capitalists, so you know they both spent a bunch of money and also not enough money to make them and their AIs, as we've seen.
They took the lowest bidders.
They musked them. They musked those androids, and that's why they're fucking goofy as shit, but also highly successful at, like, 2 things. The roly-polies are great. However, they have either devastating firepower and shields, or they can move quickly, and they can't do both. So they have to turn their shields off to rolly around. Otherwise, they waddle very slowly. But the roly-polies are. They're really cool. I like them a lot. And you got the giant broad-shouldered ones that have really devastating firepower, but are also slow as balls.
Tiny Melissa Loaf.
I like the Roger Rogers.
You would.
I like them. They're fun. They're neat. I just think they're neat.
I wonder if the next Deltarune's gonna come out this year. I'd like it to.
The next two? You never know with Toby. It might be two.
Yeah, don't.
Gee, Deltarune fandom, how come you get 2 games? Toby doesn't know the meaning of the word. A lot of words, actually. I was trying to think of, like...
He's a dog.
He's a dog. What's the word for, like... restraint? That's the one I'm looking for. I mean, sure, like, and even with the droids being as, like, derp-ass as they were, the little command droids, which were just the ones that looked like the regular droids but with a slightly different color job, made all of the other ones around them, like, smarter by being there, so just make some more smart bots and then your regular ones stop being so shit.
Color job sounds like a weird artist sex act.
I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is, though, that's kind of like the Russian policy of just drown them in bodies. So, like, it only works if you have access to resources, which really, in the end, was what kind of lost them stuff. It's just having to get access to enough worlds to be able to crank out those machines en masse. They just don't have the resources when they were such a small, like, group compared to the rest of the universe. That's why they went after the buggy people, was to also take out some of the factories.
This is too much Star Wars lore for me. I don't care. I just want Anakin and Obi-Wan to fuck. That's all I care about.
Ah, yes. Your favorite ship, Obi-Wan can blow me.
That is not my favorite ship at all.
Oh, you don't like grumpy Anakin and Beardby-Wan?
No, I like the ship, but it is nowhere near my favorite ship. Just one I shipped.
What's your favorite ship from there?
Depends on, like, what I'm in the mood for. Right now, it's probably Thin Lady.
No, I meant in Star Wars. What's your favorite Star Wars ship?
Oh, that's the best one in the series, but it's not, like, a good ship.
I mean, it's a hate ship by the end of it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hate ship.
Turn over, Anakin. I've got the high ground.
Legit.
2 bottoms arguing.
I just want to see Ewan McGregor naked.
That's fair. Chat will remember that. You underestimate my power. Fucking little 90s Morgoth looking asshole. Fucking Anakin.
Look, he's stupid.
Of course he's stupid. He's in Star Wars.
That is true.
The only not stupid one was Carrie Fisher. She still had to deal with all the rest of their dumb shit. Realistically, most of the Star Wars movies were some bullshit happening, getting the gun away from Leia. It's like, oh look, Leia's got a blaster. Oh shit, Leia's got a blaster. I can't believe they took that long to let her. I mean, there was always the implication that she had the Force too, because why wouldn't she have the Force?
She's just got better shit to do.
She just, you know, didn't...
She doesn't have time for all this other bullcrap.
She just didn't need the Space Wizard bullshit. She could do it on her own damn self. Ooh, use the Force. Use my gun, dick. Carrie Fisher, probably. Oh, of course it was. It's really funny because, like, the remake also brought, like, the newer ones also brought us the hitting a ship with another ship at fucking hyperspace, which was objectively cool as balls. That was
I don't
fucking
even
neat.
remember anything about either of the ones I saw.
That was the one where, like, the giant ship got hit and it just did that, like, no sound, really stark looking visuals of it just getting obliterated by something at the speed of light.
Honestly, Star Wars has never really been my bag.
True. Too much sci-fi for you.
It's kind of too fantasy for me, honestly.
Science fantasy.
That's what it is, yeah.
It is.
And I don't know, it's just so heterosexual. Like, it's written by one.
It really...
The actors know, but, like, the writing...
Well, remember, once his wife stopped writing on it and making him keep his shit together, it all kind of spiraled from there. Honestly, the only reason why we even know about Star Wars is because George Lucas's wife told him to keep his shit together and made him edit stuff. So, yeah. For every good Star Wars thing you see, there was probably a better woman behind it.
That's how it works. Just keep telling men no.
I fucking hate yes men. They're useless. We need a no man. Justify your shit or the no man is right. Just a guy's like, no, this is stupid. To everything you do until you nail your shit down and we get good stuff again.
Well, first we'll have to, get the writers back from their strike.
And the actors.
And the actors.
And the Teamsters.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we striking. Everybody on strike. Oops, all strikes.
None of these fucking dragons have fucking pupils.
Just to bother you.
Does actually bother me a little.
I mean, the strike can be very successful because if you don't have actors and you don't have writers, you don't have content. And that's really what it comes down to.
The thing is, it's gonna take like 6 months or so to notice.
Because, like, obviously a lot of the stuff has already been written or done. Like, even the people on the Oppenheimer movie were like, okay, well, the movie's out and now we're on the strike.
Bye.
Because they were already doing the stuff before the strike started and everything was already nailed down and finished. So, like, it's just going to come out anyways. And most of the TV shows that are out right now were already nailed down and finished. They're just going to come out. And then once that stuff dries up, we're going to have the same thing that happened last time, where the just absolute lame-ass, just garbage shit shows up for a while. Because rather than pay people a minuscule amount of their infinite profits, they would rather just destroy all of their stuff and make a complete clown circus of it. Because that's what it comes down to. They do not want to pay even a penny to anybody that makes their content.
That's their plan, but that is not necessarily how it's going to work.
Mm-hmm. Especially because, like, they're talking about, like, oh, we'll see how it is when they suddenly don't have a home and food and stuff. But part of the reason why the strike is going to work and will be successful, just like last
A lot of them had side jobs. The amount of people coming on the podcasts I listened to who were part of the writer's strike, like, they had to have multiple jobs even to do this.
Right. And not only that, but most of these things, the reason why they're going on strike is because they have fucking funds to pay their people during the strike. Like, that is why you have groups. That's why you have guilds to protect yourselves. Because the companies don't give a shit. And they're doing this stuff now because what we've been seeing with the content apocalypse happening, where a streaming service will just dump something off completely into the aether, is because if it streams for more than a certain amount of time, on the older contracts, people got nothing for the first 30 or 60 days. They would get nothing. And then after that, they would start getting residuals as long as the thing was being streamed on whatever streaming service it was. And since they were only on streaming services for some of them, that would be the only way they would see any money. So they'd run it for the first 30 days and then kill it so they don't have to pay people for it. And that's what part of these contracts are about, is fuck that shit. It's wrong and you know it.
It is.
So that's part of what they're striking. Not only that, they're striking to prevent really heinous stuff like what was recently revealed. The last offer they made before the actors joined the strike as well was, hey, if you act as an extra, we'll scan you in for AIs to be able to just add you to other stuff later, and we will own your likeness in perpetuity so that we'll never need you as an actor. We can just put you into anything because we already have you. That was their belief that that was a good offer. They literally thought we'll never need you as an actor again was an acceptable thing to say, much less try and offer.
What's sad about the starving them out thing is no one does a strike when they're getting enough money to survive.
Right.
No one does a strike when they can live off of the stuff that they're getting paid.
And like people talk about, oh, the strike will be disruptive. Yes.
Yes, it's supposed to be.
That's the point. Nobody changes behavior if there's not a force applied to make them.
They say that same thing about protests and shit.
Right.
They're supposed to be disruptive. They're protests.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, they're striking because they don't have the money, and you didn't listen to any of the other reasonable offers. So now it has come to this.
Yeah, no one ever just strikes to strike. They strike because they can't survive anymore on what you're giving them. It's just not doable.
The UPS strike, if that happens, is entirely because of stuff like beating them down with crazy delivery times and having to deliver so many packages per hour and shit like that, while also not having air conditioning and basic needs. Like,
people gotta live, man.
Yeah, like using a pittance to make sure that your employees don't die of heat, and you won't even do that. Well, guess what? That's why you get a strike. The only reason we haven't had more strikes already and things like rail strikes and stuff is because some of them, they tried to say that it would be illegal to strike. Which,
it's dumb, because then you can just quit. Everyone quits. Bye.
Well, it's like, okay, fine. Then everyone will just quit. So now you'll have the same effect.
If you can't live doing that job, you're not going to stay at that job.
Right. So you'll have the same effect, and like people talk about...
Something has to break eventually.
And people talk about like, oh, well, how come there's nobody working this job? People just don't want to work. It's like, no, people don't want to work and still die at a full-time job. If you cannot live and you cannot eat at a full-time job, it is not a full-time job. Period. That job, and even, of course, this is very American-centric because we're in America, so that's what we have practical experience with. In our country, a long while ago, and this is a thing that nobody really talks about, we all decided that 30 hours is full-time. We decided this several presidents ago because back with Obamacare, it was added as a rider onto the fucking healthcare thing, where if you hit 32 hours, you are a full-time person, period, and must be extended all the benefits of having full-time. So we decided this a while ago, and it has not changed. It's still here now. So we've decided that not only is it not 40 hours anymore, it's 30.
Well, if people don't make deals with you and won't listen to your needs, you have no other choice.
Mm-hmm. You know, that it's the French, well, we tried everything else and you told us to eat cake, so now the guillotines are coming out. For us, it is, we have the right to protest and strike in our country because we have the right to getting together as a group, because the individual does not have the power to affect these larger companies and larger things like that. We simply, as an individual, cannot compete with that. But as a group, you have the power to force that. Because one person versus one boss gets one person fired. Everybody in the building walking out means that they have to listen.
I got a dumb meme for this.
What meme?
This one.
Oh, yeah.
I'll probably take this and make it bigger.
I mean, just as often the people are destructive because, like, what other outlet do they have? They've tried every other outlet. They've tried to be peaceful or things like that, and they have no other outlet. So yeah, sometimes they are destructive. Sometimes it's the people that are literally, like, it's the people that they are protesting against are setting up things to make it look like they're destructive. And sometimes people just want to fuck shit up.
You protest or you die.
And like,
sometimes that's the only way things go through, though.
And we say destructive is the wrong way to go, but how many
protests are destructive by nature, though?
Yeah. Well, he's talking about like destructive, like riots and things like that. But how many soccer games, how many football games do people go on riots and blow stuff up and burn things and all that kind of stuff constantly? And that's not even for like a social issue or reform or anything like that. That's your team lost or your team won. And then they go and they flip cop cars and burn stuff. Like, it's in human nature to just do stuff.
Pride was a riot.
It was.
Because that was the only way they could get people to, like, because you could either get arrested for being who you are and put in jail for the rest of your life, or you can throw a brick at a cop.
Yeah.
There's really no reason, like, if you're gonna go to jail anyway, that's another, if you're just gonna go to jail.
Yeah, you might as well earn it.
You might as well throw a brick at a cop.
And so, you know, the idea.
If you're just gonna get shot by the police anyway, you might as well throw a brick at a cop.
And
why isn't this showing up?
Why isn't what?
There it goes. Okay.
And the idea that destructive is bad is usually an idea that has been pushed by very selective people in general as a way to say that no, you should never have riots, you should never have marches and things like that. But at the end of the day, nobody goes to a riot because they had another option.
Mm-hmm. There was Martin Luther King said riots are the voices of the unheard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's no other way to do anything.
You are pushed to the point where you have nothing else. You know, we've.
Should I make him topless?
Yes.
Okay, he's gonna have his deer titties out.
Titties, if you will. But like, you know, nobody wants to pick a fight. They would rather talk things out.
And they try.
Nobody wants to, you know, nobody wants to blow a building up. They would rather just leave. People want to just live their life, and for the most part, people just want to have a quiet life where they have enough food to eat and a roof over their heads and maybe some nice stuff to do to relax. And that's it. Most people are very fine with that. And if the thing that
I'm gonna put his jacket on, but
unbuttoned.
Unbuttoned.
Nice. But if the thing that you are forced to do to take up such a large portion of your life and your time still does not provide adequately to let you do that, then it's not good enough. And at this point in our country and our world's capabilities, there's no excuse to not have that be the case. There's no excuse for people to not have food, to have shelter, to have fucking air conditioning.
Not have bodily autonomy.
To not be just fucking left alone. Like...
To not be shot by police.
Mm-hmm.
To not be forced to be an incubator.
Like, these are things...
To not be forced to be put into mental asylums because you're trans.
Yeah, like, these are things that at this
to not have your health care taken away.
Like, you know, both of us are millennials, so we're a bit older. And
I saw a post that was like, get you an old lady from 1990 to 1999. She'll be tired and not want to do nothing. I'm like, okay, yeah, but
okay,
damn.
But like, you know, we grew up with the idea that adults, TM, are people that have grown up and now make good decisions and are good people and are smart and competent. And that is not even remotely close to the case.
I mean, we just had a bunch of legal stuff done by a bunch of people we didn't even elect. I'm pissed enough to protest.
Like, there are so many things where if it's wrong but it's not punished, people will assume that it's not wrong. And it can be morally wrong and can be reprehensible as all shit, but again, if it's wrong and they're not punished, they do not think it's wrong and they will do it again. And we are at the point where we are finding out so many of the things that are not codified as wrong because everybody else assumed that grown-ass adults would not do things like this because it's fucking stupid. And we're finding out that, yes, it is fucking stupid. Yes, it is bad. And people will, yes, do it because they are fucking stupid and do bad things. And there's nothing there to punish them or stop them from doing it.
The Chad deer.
The Chad deer. But what's the opposite of the Chad deer? Would it be like the... what's it?
The beta doe.
The beta male hunter. The Chad doe and the beta hunter.
Yeah.
Just send the meme at Melissa. The the virgin hunter. There we go.
Maybe I'll do that for the next one.
You should send the Chad deer and the virgin ranger to Melissa.
No.
Because she likes rangers and she'll get upsetty.
Spaghetti. You know, it's a great way to keep protests and strikes from happening.
Provide for the basic needs of your citizens. Excuse me. Wait. It's been a bit of a long week.
It has. This week felt weirdly long.
It did.
I think it's so hot.
Yeah. Yeah, like even a day was fucking blistering.
Oh my god, it was like 90 something.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope if we move, it's at least going to be a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean...
Being a few states up and not near the Great Lakes.
It's northern ways, so it's more or cooler, and we're not near water, so it won't be as muggy. I hope.
I'm going to drag Doom to a con and hang with him.
Hey. I wonder if it's as smoky up there.
Probably is right now.
Yeah. Man, that's been some weird shit. Because usually, when there's that much smoke everywhere, it's because something happened here in Virginia. Because the Great Dismal Swamp's lit on fire more than once.
Yeah.
And usually that's us causing the fire, but for once it wasn't. Bizarre.
I kind of want to do him like mosaic a bit so it looks like a shitty Sasquatch looking ass picture.
He's a cryptid.
Yeah, he's a cryptid. But I won't.
Oh, come on. It'd be pretty fun.
No, because put all the effort into drawing this horrific abomination of a character. People are gonna fucking see it.
You're going to look, and you're going to like it, and maybe leave a comment. It's appreciated.
That's how it'd be, though. Chad deer.
Oh no, it's a creature. The like and subscribe.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Hey, you sent me the I can't deer, I have the curse picture. That was pretty...
I like that, though.
Complain about me making memes.
I didn't make it. I found it.
I do send her memes daily.
You send me puns.
I do. That as well. And monster creatures. Hot ladies. Cool color palettes. Interesting technology.
Toys you find at work.
Toys I find at work, yeah. I sent you that one Anya fan art from the actual guy of the Spy X family. It was really cute. It's Anya in Chun-Li's outfit because they're gonna do a crossover with Spy X family.
I know, that's so wild.
It's so wild. And
I will get the stupid Street Fighter game if I can play as Yor.
Like, apparently it's just like a thing. It's going to be a thing. No one knows why. It apparently might just be because the Spy X family guy likes Street Fighter.
Dude, Spy X family is huge in Japan. They have so much merch.
Yeah. It really also, like I said, it also seems like the artist for Spy X family might just like Street Fighter. Which would be right up the alley for Capcom. Because
they've had like 4 pop-up cafes. Because I follow Twitter that goes over all of their merch.
Aw.
So I've gotten to see they have a fucking ride at Universal. Those 4D rides. There's a Spy X family one right now.
Oh, cute. Is it like a theme? What if it was like the theme park castle in the anime? That would be adorable.
They might do that. It's really cute. I mean, it's not like a super deep dive, but it is a fun, sweet comedy with a hot-ass mom, and that's all I want.
Yeah.
I need nothing else.
It's a hot mom who will kill you. She will step on you, and you will die.
I like my women like that, though.
She will kill you, and you will die. That's the end of the sentence. She hot, though.
Oh my gosh, she's so hot. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, the guy in there could also kill you.
Oh, yeah. No, Lloyd is definitely like...
He would just be smart enough not to.
Yeah, Lloyd's a super spy. He's like James Bond without the misogyny.
He'd more likely, like, just get you arrested.
Yeah. Or kick you in the nuts, apparently.
Oh yeah, he just kicked you, poor Yuri, in the nuts! Oh my god, I'm still recovering from that, Jesus Christ.
Well, Yuri would be too if it weren't for Yor. You know.
He just would not go down, so he just, like, kicked the poor guy in the nuts, and he still didn't go down. It was wild.
Immediate thought process. Kick him in the nuts. That makes sense.
No, he went through like 5 or 6 takedowns before that. He was running out of options.
That character, Yuri, is practically indestructible because Yor, while she is very good at many things, was terrible at cooking and also terrible...
controlling her strength.
Yeah. Terrible about not just destroying people who are near her.
She's gotten better.
I think we can all agree. Hot.
Oh my gosh, she's so hot. She's a bit of a himbo-et, though.
She's, yeah, herbo. She's very much a herbo.
She is. If she was evil, I would like her more. I go for more evil women.
True that.
I do have her sitting on top of my computer, though. I got a noodle topper of her.
She got them watermelon crushers.
I have her, and I have Anya, and I have the little sleepy figures of them all just leaning against each other and napping. It's very cute. I also got Becky for that, but she went somewhere. I don't care. I was so certain that both Becky and Fiona, once they like tried to... You gotta bother me, honey. Once they tried to fight Yor and lost... Also, I got pet you.
Yeah, pet me. Honk.
Your head's too scritchy.
Yeah.
It's gonna wear my hands down.
My-
Listen to this chat. Listen to the hair scritches.
I got a haircut recently, so my hair is all very short
He's like
now.
sandpaper. Also, he honked me on the titties.
I did.
There was a button and I pushed it.
Rude.
But yeah, like...
And then Anya's like one of the best children's characters I've seen in most media, because she's like, she's cute, but she's not too cute. She's a perfect combo of cute and annoying and silly.
Like, she's childish as a child would be, but not childish as in, like, anime.
She's not
childish where
perfect.
She's obnoxious.
She's not just cutesy-wootsy.
Yeah.
She's kind of stupid, and she gets in trouble. And punches boys.
Immediate response, punch boy. Wait, no, not immediate.
No, he
Check first.
kept fucking around, then he found out.
She checked first and then beat his ass.
She did, because she's a good girl. She would check first.
Because she's learned from her dad and her mom. She checked first and then decked him.
And then he fell in love with her as any man who was properly decked by a woman would.
Oh no, I got my ass beat. Oh no, what's this feeling? Like, it's so well written, and it's just
It is surprisingly, well written. It's the perfect amount of silly.
Like, you can have serious stuff while you have, decompression comedy to make it not just a grind to get through.
Like, the drama that happens in there is legit drama. Like, some stuff does get a little scary, like when the bus got hijacked and she was in it because she goes to a rich school. Or when Yor was fighting all the other assassins on the cruise, which is next season and I want to see it. But she also has stuff like Yor gets shot in the butt and has to not let everyone know she got shot in the butt.
She got shot in the butt. Objectively funny, she got shot in the butt.
Everyone is looking forward to that.
As you should be.
She would have been fine.
I think, if anything, the arrow to the knee would have done less damage than the bullet to the arm.
And of course, Lloyd drinks. He just chugs his Respect Women juice.
He do. That man drowning in it.
He drinks so much Respect Women juice and is so fucking in love with her, it makes him stupid.
He's got one of those.
World's smartest spy, made stupid by a woman with great tits.
He got one of them stupid sippy helmets with Respect Women juice in both sides.
Don't we all?
Meanwhile, you're the herbo. Beats a man to death with bag full of vegetables.
He lived.
He died. You do not shatter fucking carrots on a man's dome.
Alright, he said I could draw whatever I wanted to. Let's hope he don't regret that. Last one. Oh man, I'm going really fast today.
She kicked that one guy into the ceiling. He's dead.
Oh, he was fine.
She kicked the guy down an alleyway. He's dead.
Wow.
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 Wow. She is objectively hilarious, though. She's just a little bit of a murder engine. She's very good at what she do, and what she do is make people not. Drunk!
I don't know if this... I guess this raccoon is just raccoon-sized.
This is fine. Stretch your hands, take a drink.
Because the picture, it's raccoon-sized.
Yeah. Oh, and lift your legs.
Give me 1 second, I'm getting all the references.
Yeah.
Oh,
If y'all ever want to have some fun too, watch the filler episode from that season, because that filler episode was objectively hilarious, and you get to see Drunk Yor, and
Drunk Yor's hot.
Drunk Yor is hot, and Lloyd is incapable of stopping her.
Okay. I'm going to feed my leggies. Woo! Further stress in my hands.
Yeah.
You hit my boxes.
You heard nothing?
Did you dent my box?
No.
I'm gonna kill you. No, I think my box is already dented.
It's fine.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello. Ooh, the bigger.
Yes, you get to see her giant, powerful legs, and when she misses a kick, still cuts his face open. It's hot.
I'm sorry women try to do anything. God, ugh.
It's true. Split pea.
Do I do the shirt up or down? I like both. both. Okay, so 2 busts. Got it. Here I am doing furries again.
Oh boy.
Actually, he's kind of a critter.
Oh, there's a difference between creature and furry now?
Yes. Critters count as busts, so I can actually do him like full body.
If you would find it in a bayou, it's a creature. If you would find it in a rave, it's a furry.
Well, he's very small.
Bandito.
I'm actually not a huge fan of raccoons. I don't like their people hands.
She saw that one image of all the raccoon hands coming up through the deck boards.
No, I like that. That was cute.
You like the one where they give it cotton candy.
Oh, that one was sad.
They got more.
Did he, though?
Yeah, they showed. They gave it more later.
Okay.
They did the little video.
Did he learn?
Yeah, he did dip it in the water the next time.
Ah, a smart little guy.
They are smart little guys. Divinus raccoonus. Ah, I missed that game. But they made 3, and I think at some point you should stop making a thing if you're just grinding out sequels to keep making more sequels kind of thing. That's what they were doing with Sly Cooper, and I didn't want them to go that route.
Yeah, I'd rather have no new content than bad new content.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's okay for things to end. That's fine. That is an acceptable outcome. It is done, and it has moved on, and that's fine. Or it could be World of Warcraft. Which, honestly, at this point, like, they've finally given up on trying to make, like, the next WoW killer, because they've realized that really the only thing that's killing WoW is WoW itself.
Yeah.
So you might as well just be there to hold out the net and catch all the money falling down at you. And most places have started doing that now.
Now I guess they gotta be the Genshin killer or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's just because they want billions of infinite money. Like, everything wants to be, like, infinite money generator, and that's not how that works. Remember that one game I was telling you about that, like, I said it would have been good, but all the people from Tarkov...
What do you think this guy's tattoo is?
Huh. I don't know. Magic symbols.
But, there was that one game called The Cycle, and I was like, man, this would be good if it weren't for all the assholes that they didn't do anything about in the community. Yep, I was right. It's already dying. Like, they've said that it's going to shut down by the end of the year. They're just like, well, we obviously have a bad time with hackers. It's the hackers' fault. And also, just... And it really just comes back to they didn't do anything about their community, and it got flooded with Tarkov people and became a fucking shithole cesspit. When all they had to do was just turn off PvP. That would have been it. Could have just turned PvP off, had a great game, and been done with it. So, oh well. Sad to see it go. They built a really nice world and a really nice game, and then made it PvP. Badly. So, oh well. What can you do?
Play one of the 500 other games?
Yeah, right. That's the thing right now, is the looter shooter has become the current PUBG for this generation of games. Like, everyone's making their own
I
looter
thought
shooter.
Fortnite was the PUBG.
Well, yeah, Fortnite just killed PUBG and then walked away. But no one mourned that loss, so... I mean, there's still a couple of battle royales that are a boot, but that's kind of gone away at this point. That's really kind of died down.
Well, people use Fortnite for a lot of other things besides battle royales now.
Yeah, because they did a smart thing and let people play around with the Unreal Engine and make content, because just like Dota and all the other stuff, somebody making a thing with your framework can lead to next big thing. And if you just integrate that into stuff, well, there you go. There was a thing talking about wanting to make VR integration with Roblox.
Oh, nifty.
They're wanting to bring Roblox onto the VR headsets.
Cool.
And I'm not sure if that would mean first person or just letting you do like VR chat on Roblox. Because like either could be interesting. Because like people have made crazy stuff in Roblox. I mean, they made a co-op Sonic game in Roblox. So like doing that in first person would be nutty. So who knows? We'll see. It'd be interesting either way.
Look at this little boy.
Creature. Aw, don't call him Timo. I'm sure he's perfectly nice. Timo is the little Hitler from League of Legends.
Ah.
Mushroom Hitler. Never underestimate the Scouts code. I hope Timo is still a menace in that game. I was looking at one thing because it was like, oh, new character introduced in League of Legends, and then I like actually went and looked because of course I did, and it's like, oh god, I do not recognize at least half of the characters in League of Legends now. Probably more than half compared to when I last played. And I was just like, oh no, I could not get back into that game ever.
Nope.
Nope. Too much going on. Don't know anything. I'm out. Like, at least when I play Warframe, at the end of the day, I can just get back into Warframe because I at least have a fundamental understanding of how things work. League of Legends is so different now than when I've played it. I might as well be starting it new, and I'm not gonna waste that kind of time. So, I'm just pretty well tapped out of it. I had some pretty skins for some of the characters, but yeah. I like to play Hecarim, and I like to play Nautilus, because he a big man. He big chunky. It was fun. And I like to play, what was her name? It was the lady that only communicated through music.
Hatsune Miku.
I mean, yes.
Look at this little goblin.
Is it so?
I was listening to a thing today that was talking about
Yeah, Sona.
how if you went back to Bloodborne right now, the people you fought would be the same as they were when you left them, but if you go back to any multiplayer game, the meta changes so fast you could pretty much never go back with any experience you had.
Yeah. And that's the way it is with League of Legends. Like, any of the experience I had, because I was a Sona main back when I played it, because not only was she a fun healer, but, like, nobody expected you to have damage with her, because, like, she's just a heal lady. All she's gonna do is heal, and then I would just fucking music blast them with a symphony. You hit some motherfucker with the THX sound effect, and they just die.
That's very you.
Look, one of her skins... Her ultimate made them do the DDR dance, and it had the arrows going up at them when it did it. I was sold just off of that. But now I have no idea. I wouldn't know how to play her. I wouldn't know how to play Hecarim, which was the centaur that I used to have fun with. That was the one that for a limited time had the rainbow unicorn skin for it. They're like, always, and they thought that was funny, so they just made a skin for him, including the rainbow mane and everything.
Raccoon.
Raccoon. Devious raccoonus.
I'd do some more tonight, but I think we just have enough for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'll work on original stuff next weekend.
Fun. Look at this little creature. Him a little creature. Illegal. How him so small?
Him transport size.
Yee. Is the inside of the shirt gonna still have a human face?
Yes.
'Cause that would be funny.
Yes, why would it not? I was literally going to cut and copy the patterns on the shirts.
Good.
Why would it not have a human face?
Perfect.
The shirt don't change because a raccoon wear it.
I mean, it's in Fantasyland. I would, maybe it would be a tiefling or something. I don't know. He's a little pea in a pod. He's spit pea.
Is this just a rabid raccoon you found?
I mean, that's the way it is in TF2. Soldier has a raccoon. This is just a thing.
Soldier's weird.
Yeah. I mean, but like, compared to the rest of them, like, he's not any more weird than the rest of the group. I mean, just look at Spy.
I think he's a little more weird.
Is he, though?
A little bit.
Demo Man is a one-eyed sorcerer. I don't think there's enough of that. And Medic has multiple souls. And then, and then there's Saxton Hale. Like,
Saxon Hale doesn't count.
like, there's a lot going on in that game. What about Pyro?
Pyro's fine and normal. I don't know what you're talking about. That seems like you're the weird one.
I will admit to playing a lot of times with the Pyro Vision goggles on with Pyro. Because seeing all the rainbows and stuff is really fun. When you murder people, rainbows come out instead of blood. It's fine. They're not on fire. They're happy. And then they fall down because they're tired from running around.
Fat baby.
Tumbly. You gotta pat the tumbly.
Don't pat the tummy.
Give it just a little
No.
bit furry so it'll be
It
slightly
bites
muffled.
you. You have rabies now.
That's fine. God, I hope I would never actually have to get a rabies shot.
Eh, you'll live. You won't if you have rabies, though.
No, I might not if I get the rabies shot. You know how I am
Actually,
with
you
needles.
can live with rabies. They found one way that may work sometimes, where they just put you into a coma until it finally passes through your system, if you're lucky enough.
Hydrate you and let it run its course, maybe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oof.
Does not sound fun.
I mean, like, I'm bad with needles. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna die to rabies. I'm gonna get the rabies shot.
I'll hold your hand, you baby man.
But I'm going to freak out like a baby man.
Give him a little blushy on his little face.
Because I'm
him
terrible with
little toes.
needles. And you have to get, like, 10 shots in the
On him,
tum.
little Betty.
Tum. She won't let me touch her tum. She gets
No, it's
grumpy.
illegal. Don't touch my tummy.
She looks all cute and happy and wiggly when she getting pettings. And then you touch her tum and she curls
Don't
up
touch
like a
my
cat and
tum.
bites you.
I don't like it.
She's like, oh, I got my tum out. Whatever will happen, jump. And I fall for it every time.
Don't touch my tummy. I
It's
don't like
there. It's cute. I'm gonna pet it.
it. Don't touch me.
I'm gonna pet it.
I'm very self-conscious about my stomach.
And I kiss it every day because you're adorable.
No, I don't
And I
let
love
you.
Kissy kissy.
No. Go the
Smooch
fuck
apocalypse.
away.
Smooch, smooch,
I
smooch,
will
smooch,
stab
smooch.
you.
Smooch.
I just copied nothing.
Copy. No.
High-end Photoshop right here.
Hey.
I don't like this on those planes. See? Works perfectly.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect.
Agreed.
No, he's a ninja.
Ball head looking at. Little man. Little ninja man with little ninja problem. That's so weird. All the Rathlos are gone. What a weird thing.
Shh.
Maybe it was just because it was so hot out. Maybe they do like things with the temperature.
You're under an NDA, honey.
I'm not talking about specifics. Weird. That's so weird too, because like I can't ask anybody and be like, "Hey, what's up with this?" Because literally can't talk about it.
Yeah, honey. Sweetie, no.
Hey. Head empty, thoughts full of music.
He's beautiful.
Small creature. So beautiful, so powerful.
Very beautiful. Very powerful.
Hey.
Alright, and that's the last one for tonight. Went very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm just getting better at things.
Hey.
Probably not. Maybe I'm doing worse jobs. That's probably it.
No.
No one seems to care anyway.
Everybody's happy with it because you're doing a good job. Stop being so mean to yourself.
I'll fight you. Yep, 6. What a weird assortment for tonight.
That's true.
Of course, this one's the biggest.
Yeah, because you only had the one Melissa one day.
Mm-hmm. What?
Very sleepy today. It's been a long week.
Probably because it's your bedtime.
Me. Rude. I can exist past my bedtime.
No, you can't.
Sometimes.
Make it bigger.
Whee!
He's still too big.
More creature.
Still too big. This motherfucker. I should just shrink it.
Mothers and fuckers of the jury.
Yeah.
One deer, so big, it's so majestic. You keep making Chad designs of people.
I do, apparently. Which is weird, because that's not really my thing.
Well, it seems to be.
You're my thing.
But it will be.
I mean, if you want Chad designs, just ask. I'll do you a weird-ass Chad design, apparently.
Chad Split Pea. Are you gonna do the Chad raccoon?
Make it a fucking request next month. I'm up for it. Chadette.
Yeah.
All right.
Amazon raccoon. You can commission it.
Huge tits. Oh no, it would be like that. You know that meme where the girl picks up the book?
Yeah.
And she's like orange with huge tits and high heels? Be that.
Bends over, picks up the book, stands up raccoon.
Yeah. Exactly. Alright. That's everything for tonight. A little early, half an hour early tonight. Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good night. I will see you next time. Tomorrow.
Next tomorrow.
Next tomorrow. Yeah. Right here. Same day, same time.
Tomorrow.
Not same day. Tomorrow day, same time. Maybe I should go to sleep.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. tomorrow. Eastern. We'll see you then. Y'all have a good night.
Thank
Bye
you
bye.
all for coming.
Everyone go to sleep.
Bye-bye now.
Apparently we're all drunk.